Good evening. Welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. We are the Nerds of the North. DJ Padawan here.
And DJ Bodabo.
So to start you off here today, that was Weird Al Yankovic with The Saga Begins, a parody of Don McLean's American Pie, but nonetheless a good song. Okay, we're going to kick you off today with some entertainment news. Starting off on our list, we have some information about the new Terminator movie. It'll be called Terminator Genesis. And in a recent interview with the former governor of California, they released some information about the plot. What we have is a lot of time travel with a younger version of the T-800 and lots of T-800s. We'll start off the film, but the appearance of the central T-800 will age over time. Yes, it's metal on the inside and synthetic flesh on the outside, but that synthetic flesh still does age. So it's their excuse for trying to figure out how to put someone into the role who's now 30 years older than he was originally.
Easy solution.
Easy solution. Very, very easy solution. Okay. Moving on next. It's just over a week away now for Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
And we are about to purchase our tickets.
Yes, we will be getting our tickets for the AVX showing of that. That'll be fantastic to go and see. However, to be perfectly honest, I'm more excited about the trailers for this. I'm excited and nervous about the trailers for this movie.
Yeah. Did you see actually IGN had a sneak peek of the
I saw
trailers?
it on both the sites that I normally use, and I was trying to see the actual video.
Yeah.
But just going off what they read, if they show the same trailer, cool. But I'm still nervous.
If I forgot to do it before I got here, but I meant to look it up and see if it was on YouTube yet.
It isn't. I looked.
Just by chance.
Okay, come on. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you expect me to not have already looked?
Yeah, that's true.
What did I buy at Comic-Con?
But still, you seem to have faith. You wouldn't think that somebody would leak such a thing, but...
No, I want them to leak it. I want to see it. I wanted to see it 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But what has me extremely nervous, it's not the casting. I can deal with the casting. Actually, I don't think the casting's too bad of a job, actually. It's the origin story. I don't know. I read that report in IGN.
Yeah.
I am not going to spoil it for you out there in Radioland in case you are like me and being kind of sitting on the fence whether or not this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Just go and see Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and make sure you're there in time to watch the trailers, because the Ninja Turtles trailer will be appearing before Captain America. So that's good. But yeah, I am very, very nervous.
Yeah, it's... I just can't wait to see your reaction. I'm just going to be watching you and the screen at the same time.
You'll be watching me and the screen at the same time, right? Okay. What, are you expecting to see what happened in Thor when I saw the RoboCop trailer?
I knew it was coming. You're like, oh my god, rage in the theater, rage.
Yeah, I don't want to rage in the theater.
Yeah. I would love to see you walk out before a movie even begins. Just Ninja Turtle trailer just bombs and you're like, I'm out. Just walk out of the theater, like pay $16 to like watch a trailer and leave.
Yes, but that would be a waste of a birthday gift.
Yes, it would be, unfortunately.
Okay, moving on, we have the release date for Prometheus 2 has been set. They're still working on the script. I believe they're starting to film in a couple of months. But it will be released March 4th, 2016. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe this time you'll end up on LV-426. Who knows?
See,
I'm hoping.
You would think that that's what everybody wants, but at the same time...
I know Ridley Scott himself has said at one point he wants to see like a home world of the alien. But if we now see that the alien's a science experiment from Prometheus, maybe the home world of the space jockeys?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
That could be interesting.
That could be interesting. I'd like to see that.
Just one word of advice out there, Ridley Scott, if you're listening, don't put a predator in this.
No.
That would not go over well.
No.
Okay, couple of weeks ago we mentioned the live-action Jungle Book film
Yeah.
with some decent voice acting, especially the guy doing Shere Khan's voice. That is going to be great.
I still don't get how it's going to work, though. But
Live-action Jungle Book?
yeah.
It can work. It can work. CG animals, that's how it's going to work.
I guess so, but still.
But the original director has now stepped down from the project, and taking over in his place, this is quite a popular name out there in Hollywood right now, Andy Serkis is taking over the directing role for the live-action Jungle Book film. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Andy's got a good directing eye, as you can see from his scenes that he shot for The Hobbit.
Yep. And as I mentioned earlier today, that he's also doing work for the Godzilla movie, which is that boosts it up a little bit for me, in hopes that that's going to be a good movie.
I just don't want to look at Godzilla's face and see King Kong again, because you know it's going to happen when they do a Godzilla versus King Kong. I don't want to see circus versus circus.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just not going to go over well.
See, that's the thing. That's the one bad part about the Godzilla movie is if it does really well enough that they probably will want to do a sequel.
They had better go back and take proper monsters from the canon.
Yes.
I want to see Ghidorah.
Yes.
I want to see Rodan. Come on, get the right ones here.
Yeah, because if they go straight to like just sequel, like throwaway sequel kind of.
No, then you're going to have a fish-eating lizard with Matthew Broderick and half the cast of The Simpsons.
Yeah, so hopefully that ends up being good as well. Andy Serkis is a good guy.
Yes. Now it seems to be something recent is that a lot of Hollywood directors and everyone are looking back to the 80s, particularly back to the small screen in the 80s, to come up with ideas for new feature films.
Yep.
We had reported on a live-action adaptation of Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, which I am extremely excited about. And here comes one. I might have caught 1 or 2 episodes of the show, but it's definitely not my cup of tea. The 80s cartoon Jem and the Holograms is getting a production for a feature film. Now, the director and the 2 writers are asking for fan submissions for either artwork or even auditions for fans to be in this movie. You can check it out at gemthemovie.com for any of the audition details. So that would be quite interesting. You're a hardcore fan of the show and, I get a chance to be in the movie?
That'd be pretty cool.
That could be cool. Like, who knows? You might actually be the one they pick for one of the holograms, I guess. Who knows? Now, moving on to something I follow the news of it just because I have people around me who don't shut up about it. It's, of course, Game of Thrones. There's no secret about this. I am not a fan. But I have friends who are, I have coworkers who are. You know what? Good on you. I just don't feel like watching the show. Now, George R.R. Martin has come out and said he wants to end the Game of Thrones series on the big screen.
Yep, I've seen this article.
And his reasoning for this is, I believe her name is Khaleesi, the platinum blonde girl who's
I think so.
The one with the dragons?
Yeah.
Her 3 dragons are going to be huge.
I could see this being a trilogy.
Like, very, very huge. So, HBO's budget isn't going to be enough.
Yeah.
Like, R.R. Martin has said, you're talking about $100 million at least just to get the dragons to look right. Because they're going to be massive.
See, I think it's probably a good move. If there's probably somebody out there that's willing to invest. Like, who's the parent company of? I don't know. It's probably doable though, and that's probably how it's going to happen.
It can work, and I can see it actually doing a really good job. It's an epic fantasy movie.
Yeah.
Right? So definitely go with that. There's another live-action adaptation for a Disney movie coming out.
Not another.
Yes, another live-action.
They just keep announcing
adaptation.
them, and they don't come out.
Well, they've announced a lot of them recently,
I know.
right? Like, okay, the closest one coming out in a month, you're going to have Maleficent,
Yeah, that's...
which is pretty much Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ironically enough, that's the next one coming out of the vaults.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
to be in time for that. However, the director is going to be Sofia Coppola. Now, I've seen a couple of her films. The only one I can really remember that she did was Lost in Translation with Bill Murray. Well, she is going to be directing the live-action Little Mermaid.
I don't see how this is going to work. I don't.
I don't see a singing crab or a talking seagull. How are you going to get around these parts?
I don't understand. Whoever is going to do motion cap or working in water while acting, I don't know how that's going to work, but...
Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting.
It'll be shot like Gravity, where it's just their face and then CG. That's it.
Oh, that'll be rough to see, though. Really rough to see.
And like whoever they cast as Ariel, like
Ooh,
that would be like you're either
good point, because that is a voice you're going to have to get.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like if you don't have the voice,
if you don't have Ariel's voice,
and they're not they're gonna get something totally different just to be oh man, I don't know where that could. It's not good. I don't like these ideas of live action. They can be good. Like,
they can be.
They can be good. Like I like Hook. Hook is something that we're like, it's the same kind of story, but it's...
Hook seemed to be the diamond in the rough. I've seen a lot of people, or I've talked about with a lot of people who really do love that movie, and almost all of them have the same problem with it.
Yeah.
The same problem is Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Good actress, yes. Tinkerbell? No.
No. But still, that one just slides by. Like, I can accept
that does
it.
more than slide by, okay? Dustin Hoffman...
You can overlook whatever flaws it has, but it is good.
Dustin Hoffman played a fantastic role as Captain James Hook.
Yeah, that is a good role.
Very, very much. That is... I know so many stupid points about that movie. Like, remember the pirate who they put in the boo box?
Yes.
That's Bette Midler.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I just happen to know stupid facts about it.
Yeah, that is a pretty random... You know random facts about a lot of stuff. don't even start.
Yes, I know random facts about a lot of things.
Move along.
Moving along? Okay, Star Wars news.
Oh, is that why we're playing Star Wars?
That could be why we're playing Star Wars, because there's some Star Wars news. Aside from some of the recent Oscar winners being nabbed up for auditions for roles, or at least nabbed up because J.J. Abrams would like to interview them or audition them himself for roles, whether they accept or not, who knows.
You must be in the biggest movie of the century.
That's pushing it.
Well,
I don't know if it's going to be... It's going to be huge.
Okay, Frozen just hit number 16 on the all-time box office list.
That's because it's still in theaters when the home video is out.
Yeah, that's true, but still, 16 for an animated film. I didn't look at the list, so I can't remember what's up there. But I know the big names in movies, but I could see the Star Wars series is going to get up there for sure.
Oh, it certainly will. Now, Star Wars Episode 7, the only news that's come out so far is that it's to be set 30 years after the event of Return of the Jedi. 30 years after Jedi. Now, if Luke and Leia were 17 in A New Hope, if you approximate out that the entire rebellion fight was 3 years, making them 20 in Return of the Jedi, that's going to mean that they're now 50. I'm a little bit off on my Star Wars timeline, but that seems really, really close to the young Jedi Knights timeline.
Twins, Basil. Twins. Is that what we're... was that the original thought where they're going to go with the storyline that we were thinking of?
That's what we were kind of thinking of based off of what casting calls we're looking for.
Yeah.
But the information says that it will fall set 30 years after the events of Return of the Jedi. We'll be following a trio of new young leads, along with some very familiar faces. In other words, there might be a cameo, and it's probably going to be the robots, because we already know R2-D2's in it.
Oh yeah, for sure. You cannot.
You cannot have Star Wars without R2-D2 and C-3PO.
They must survive thousands of years in the Star Wars universe.
Well, that's the funny thing. In the Star Wars universe, 3PO has had his memory core wiped numerous times.
Yep. So
They've never touched R2-D2.
R2's like...
That's why in later book series is like you're having people come across footage of Anakin killing the younglings because R2 has it in his databank.
Yeah.
That's just... You don't want your grandchild to see you doing that. Or great-grandchild, I should say, by that point.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Star Wars comes out and exceeds expectations. I really don't want to see it flop. I really don't, because that'll really hurt the franchise. And this is a franchise that, what is it? They make $12 billion a year in licensing rights.
The first movie will do good no matter what. Like, because everybody's going to give it a shot.
I do have to admit that you're right on that point. Every single Star Wars fan is going to be lining up. The moment tickets go on sale, they're sold out.
The point where you know how accepted it is when the second movie and the third movie come out.
Not even then. It's if it's in the second week if you're still selling out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you know Star Wars is going to be the movie where people go back and go back.
When A New Hope came out, it was like for a week straight, lineups down the street, sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's pretty much it for our entertainment news. We're going to move on to some current movie releases. Now, coming out into theaters this week, we have there's a movie Cesar Chavez. I couldn't find out much about what this one's about. It just happened to be launching everywhere.
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you. I can't even remember who's actually in it. Sorry, I'm being horrible right now. There is also Noah opening tomorrow, actually.
Yeah,
that is the Russell Crowe and Emma Watson ARC story.
Yeah, the trailer looks pretty good.
The trailer does look good. I wouldn't mind.
I want to check it out, yeah.
But I think we're going to wait rather than doing the midnight screening. I think we're going to hit AVX.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're talking about a worldwide disaster. I want good quality sound.
Yes, for sure.
And the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Sabotage. He's a member of a joint task force in either the CIA or the DEA. It's like trying to go back to his 80s action genre, I think.
Yeah.
It looks interesting from the trailers, even from the poster. I definitely, if I only was basing it off the poster, I'd go and see this. So I'll give it a shot, but I don't know much more than that. It's kind of slipped underneath my radar until release date. Now for Blu-rays this week, Wolf of Wall Street has come out.
Yes.
Delivery Man has come out. Little House on the Prairie Season 1 has been released. You laugh. But I guarantee at some point you've watched an episode.
Years ago.
Yeah. Everyone
maybe
has seen something.
One tops. I did not get
No, I don't know. I didn't watch it. It's you...
Yeah.
We might not have watched the show, but our parents watched the show when we were stuck in the living room at the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The Jean-Claude Van Damme Welcome to the Jungle came out yesterday. And Walking with Dinosaurs in 3D.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much it for the Blu-ray releases for this week.
People rustling, people rustling.
Yes, Paper Russell. A little bit more sidetracking news here. Chris Evans, the actor who plays Captain America,
Yes.
is contemplating taking a prolonged break from acting after his 6-film contract with Marvel is up.
Yeah. Which I consider to be kind of reasonable.
Well, yeah, he originally didn't want to even take on the role of Captain America because they had him in for 9 movies. He only agreed after they reduced it to 6.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
And he wants to stretch his legs and try out directing. He's already got one small film that he's directed in between Marvel shoots. So hopefully that does well for him, and yeah, I'd like to see what he can do in the director's chair.
Yep.
Now, in Fan Expo news, you had to know it's coming. Comic-Con's just over, so it's time for Fan Expo.
Yes.
Fan Expo, for those of you who don't know, is the massive convention at the Convention Center down in Toronto, held at the end of August. It originally was a 3-day convention. Now it's expanded out to be a 4-day convention. It originally only covered science fiction, anime, comic books, and horror. It's now been expanded out to cover gaming and sports. So it is a all-in-one convention. Nerds and jocks in the same building. Someone's getting wedgied.
That was the one decision I thought was very weird. Like, why sports? Like, I understand the celebrity status, and everybody's pretty much...
Well, a lot of nerds are also sports fans. Look at yourself.
I know.
Right?
That's true, I guess. But when it's like all hockey players and stuff like that, like, I can understand wrestling fans and stuff. If you have a whole bunch of 80s nerds...
Did you not see who was on the guest list last year?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're talking about wrestling fans. Hulk Hogan was there.
That's the thing. Like, I think it would be more of that and less of the hockey, but...
Well,
meh.
There was even a couple of golfers, okay?
That's the thing. I don't know too many... I don't know.
Yes, tickets for the Fan Expo are going on sale as of April the 1st. That is not a joke. It is true. April the 1st, the tickets go on sale.
And they range in price?
They range in price from $50 to $500.
Yes.
You did hear that correctly. I did say $50 to $500, depending on your VIP, if you want to go for the full-out VIP package. Which is extremely tempting this year. Collectible Star Wars lunchbox.
Well, I think we can get the...
Yeah, it's still a VIP package.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not we get admission to all Hobby Star events for the next year.
Yeah, that's true. I think we should go with that one, though.
Now, it is the 20th anniversary of Fan Expo. And in honor of that, they're bringing back some of their major guests that they've had show up over the past 20 years. And if you were ever going to announce someone to try and get some hype building, I tell you picked the right one. The first guest to be appearing, or to be announced for Fan Expo Canada this year.
And I know you wanted it really bad.
Oh, I would love to meet this man in person.
Because you missed it, you thought you missed it last year.
I did miss it last year, and I missed, I can't obviously get to Fan Expo Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be there. But coming into Toronto, hail to the king, baby. Bruce Campbell's going to be showing up. And that is fantastic.
See, now I can't wait until all the guests are announced because...
And see just the wide assortment.
Yes, but you're going to have to make a choice on what you're getting signed and who.
You see, that's the reasoning for why you would want to go for the 500 package, because you don't wait in line for your autographs.
Still, but you're still paying. I'm saying money-wise and line-wise, you're going to have to make decisions because we're going. We're
going for 4 days.
We are going, and you're going to want at least one autograph for sure.
Well, if I want one autograph for sure, I'll go and check out Martin Logan, the artist I got the Ninja Turtle stuff from.
Yes, but I'm talking line up for an autograph, not just walk over to some artist and be like, yo, I'll buy your picture.
Hey, he offered to sign it. I didn't even mention that.
I know.
That's an amazing piece. I'm going to buy that. Sure, do you want it autographed?
Yes.
Yes? Great, thanks. So yeah, that's going to be an epic, epic summer. And what a way to end a summer.
Yep.
With a massive convention.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Now, you saw the small one.
Yeah.
Which only about 20,000 people showed up.
Yeah, and wait.
Fan Expo's numbers in the previous year was over 100,000.
So where we were in the building, it's...
All those walls that they had put up are going to be taken down.
Yeah.
And it's going to take south and north.
Yeah, that's craziness.
It is going to be huge.
Did you understand, did you look at the map and see how they spaced it out? Like, was it sports and whatever else in one, like...
I believe it was sports and comic books in the north.
Yeah.
Which is the strangest combination you could think of. But, they're the horror group, when Rue Morgue shows up, and because they're the primary group that does all the horror stuff, they have some massive booths.
So, okay, Comic-Con didn't really have a lot of the... I guess like how you said you got your face painted and like all that stuff.
Yeah,
they have more of that.
They will. I don't know if Complexions is still going to show up. Hopefully they will, because they do a great job. They make a lot of money there anyways, because you have some people who they'll show up dressed in costume, but they don't have the skill to put something on their face. So you'll get Complexions people will mark them down and put the proper facial tattoos or whatever for their cosplay character on there.
That would be an awesome one to set up beforehand for the Ninja Turtles. Be like, yo, get me whatever, like if you paid them for the materials and the work, if they could do green, and then...
Do you want to know something even worse?
What?
I have the phone number for a graduate of Complexions on my phone. I used to work with her, and I know the store she buys all her stuff from.
That's the thing. If you let them know before, like if you talk to the person that was working at the con, like beforehand, and would like
one of the teachers.
Yeah, you let them know. Just be like, if you could bring some stuff to do a Ninja Turtles for me, like I'll obviously pay you. Like
you're at a whole head. Whole head liquid latex. You were looking at about a $50 makeup charge.
Oh, that'd be worth it.
Oh, totally worth it.
Oh yeah,
totally worth it. So it can be done.
That would be cool. This would be like a later thing. If you got one done and you got to know one of the people and like actually got to know them like decently, like
I could talk with Lois. Lois could probably do it for us.
That'd be pretty cool.
Anywho, enough rambling on about the con. We will have more news as it unveils, or keep your eyes checked to Fan Expo's website. It's time for our nostalgic break here on 102.7 Chop FM. And since I did poor planning ahead of time when I prepared my playlist, we have back-to-back Star Wars for you. Since we started our show with a Star Wars song, we're going to start our nostalgic break with a Star Wars song. Here is Lindsey Stirling and Peter Hollins with their Star Wars medley. Hello, welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. We are the Nerds of the North, and that was our nostalgic break. We started you off with Lindsey Stirling and Peter Hollins performing a Star Wars medley. Moving on after that was from Disney Afternoon. That was the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers theme song. And to finish off, we have from Disney again. This is from The Lion King, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? So, moving over for video game news, passing you off to DJ Bodobo.
Howdy, hey. Not a lot of notable releases this week. Titanfall was released yesterday, I believe. Actually, it might have been earlier than that. I believe it was yesterday. I have not picked this one up. I know a few of my friends have. They've been bugging me too.
Titanfall was last week.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I meant. I think it was this week in Europe.
Okay, this week in Europe? All right.
Or on the 360. I think the 360 release was later. Yeah, pretty sure.
It can't be, because last week I clearly saw the Titanfall edition of the Xbox One in microplay.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, they still could have had that early. No, I don't know. Whatever.
Anyways, Titanfall's within a week of being out.
Yeah, it's out, all right?
It's out. People have been playing it and found out it's not very good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's mixed reviews.
Well, considering launch day, you could not go online. And in a game that is online only.
Yeah. Well, you would think that's what the beta was for, to stress test.
Well, the problem I have with this online only thing, especially with the multiplayer, is you've seen the news coming out of Nintendo that they're shutting down the servers for Mario Kart.
But when you have a game like Titanfall, I understand the concern, and it's been done before.
I understand it's not going to happen until 6 or 7 years down the road.
Yeah.
But still, by that point, you're going to now have a disc that you can throw as a frisbee.
Yeah. Like, they've done it with Halo 2. They killed Halo 2, but that's when the average...
Halo 2 has a standalone, and you can system link.
Yeah. But, like, that's when they obviously knew the traffic for online play. I would log in every once in a while, and there would be max 2,000 people playing Halo 2 at, like, peak hours. So, like, 2,000 people in the whole world. You have all these servers, however many servers it takes to...
And I understand when it gets to that point, you do that.
Yeah.
However, Halo 2 has a single-player campaign offline.
The issue here is, which is kind of sad, EA. It all comes down to EA has the worst reputation for taking down servers. Activision is just as bad, but the bigger video game companies, they do not like to leave their servers up very long. And EA owns the rights to Titanfall 2.
Didn't I see somewhere in the news that you had like 3 days to buy any of the Guitar Hero or Rock Band songs before the system shut down?
It might have been Guitar Hero.
I think it was Guitar Hero and not Rock Band.
Yeah, Rock Band went through a similar phase, but everything has been... but then it's the same for any music game, because the licenses, they expire after a certain amount of years, however long the term was, and they either choose to renew or just don't bother with it. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I'm not too sure. Either way, though, that is pretty much EA's concern on both ends, because EA is somewhat involved in Rock Band as well. No, I guess it wouldn't affect Guitar Hero. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, also coming out yesterday was Fez for the PS4, the PS3, and the Vita, which Fez has been out on the 360 and PC for
quite a while now.
I believe over a year.
Long enough for the movie about Fez to make it on the Netflix. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't even think the game was out when that movie came out. Fez came out after that movie, like a while after that movie. Diablo 3 has an expansion, which came out yesterday.
Yeah, I've got to pick that up. I want to play that new class.
Yeah, Reaper of Souls. And then also a little bit of Diablo 3 rumors that they are still working on PvP.
Mm-hmm.
I could see this...
They're working... There is a mild PvP thing in there right now.
Well, that's the thing. They're talking about expanding on it, like giving people the PvP that they want.
Yeah, and I seem to remember that their number one issue with it right now is they don't want to ruin the Diablo 3 experience.
Yes, that's the whole issue. They do not want to...
Because they already found out that the auction house was not as beneficial as it possibly could have been.
No, but even then, if they worked on it here and there, and it would be smart to release PvP near the end of the life cycle of the game, but not far enough out where nobody's going to be like interested or whatever. Yeah. It would be cool to release it, work on it, see what works and what doesn't work, and then by the time you're going to make a next Diablo or whatever you choose to do, you can decide whether you're going to have PvP right from the get-go.
Yeah. Now, this DLC, is this for the PCs only, or will it work on the console?
I believe... I'm sure it's only PC. I'm not too sure, though.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's only PC for now.
Because I know they're also working on bringing Diablo 3 to the PlayStation 4, and Microsoft is still fighting to get it on the Xbox One.
I don't think that's the issue. It's been confirmed for the PS4.
And it's still in rumored status.
It is in rumored status. The company has kind of addressed it, but they won't confirm it yet.
Well, no, you don't want to confirm it and then upset your fans.
Yeah.
You already have a shaky enough start to your console as it is.
Yeah. The biggest story out of the last 24 hours is Facebook has bought Oculus VR.
Yay.
Which is behind the Oculus Rift.
Which unfortunately means you cannot use the Oculus Rift now for Minecraft.
Yes.
Ever.
Notch has came out and said he has stopped developing Minecraft for the Oculus.
I don't know what's going on between Notch and Facebook, but there's bad blood there somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's just two developer kind of people that are like two computer nerds that just do not get alike. It's the new generation of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs.
Wow. Okay.
You have to have both sides.
Okay.
You are George Lucas, and no, I won't compare anybody. I won't do. I don't know. A lot of Sony news.
Yeah, they're not making it to PAX. PAX East, at least.
Yes, PAX East, which is being held in Boston on April 11th to the 13th. Sony and Nintendo, for the first time, is not attending PAX. Probably because they don't have really a lot to show. Like, there is a lot of stuff coming up throughout the year, but as of right now...
maybe now's not the best time to show up. And
no.
If you're going to go and you're going to have a mediocre showing, it's probably best to not go and then blow everybody's minds at like E3.
A lot of developer companies decide not to go because of this, but Ubisoft is going to PAX with, I believe, almost 10 games at least. Ubisoft is to have a Watch Dogs demo and the Trials Fusion demo available. It's going to be a new Watch Dogs demo, never seen before. Watch Dogs is due to release on May 27th, so it'd be cool to see some new game footage for that. And then there was a bunch of other games, I didn't list them. Another Sony piece of news here, the PS4 is reportedly getting the preload functionality, which means you get when you buy a game digitally, you can preload it onto your hard drive before the release date. So obviously on PC games, they already have this on Steam.
Interesting.
I could see both consoles getting this feature. This is just a rumor right now. This just came from a developer saying this.
Okay.
So I honestly, though, the Xbox One and the PS4 are... Well, I could say the Xbox One is majorly looking for a digital future. They want everything to be digital. Yeah, I know. Sony will follow suit eventually, I can guarantee it. But they just don't want it to be right now. I could see this being a both console kind of situation, but for right now, it's only on the PS4. Sacred 3 gets a release date. It's August 26th. I know there was a lot of people that got hooked to this game.
I got hooked to Sacred 2 simply because Blind Guardian did the soundtrack.
Yeah. Actually, I should have looked that up and seen if they were involved.
They actually performed a concert in-game.
Yeah, see, I wonder if they're involved in the third one.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and that's coming out PS3, 360, and the PC, so that's not next gen.
Did you hear the news? Goat Simulator is no longer a joke.
Yeah.
It is real. It is out. It is on Steam.
I was actually gonna put that because that actually came out, I believe, like a month ago. I seen that article. I was gonna write it down. I was so tempted. I was like, no, nobody's gonna know what I am talking about. So yeah, when it comes to PC stuff,
you yak on long enough about Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start talking about Goat Simulator.
That's the thing. I don't like rambling on about PC stuff because I don't know how many. Consoles seem to be the
stronger force.
Yes, but who knows?
Yes.
I think PC's making a comeback slowly.
Okay.
SimCity has an offline mode now.
Yay!
And it has re-consumed my life.